Hello, my Cloud Cadets. It's Roger, it's King Nimbus, and today I got a little Saturday special for y'all. We got a Scum Pit Saturday special because Scum Pit Comics, in collaboration with Rotten Futures, released their first book, Kultus. Now, this book is really cool. They had like a whole release event. I got a bunch of cool merch, as you guys can see. A Kultus shirt with Bolzer on it. Before I get into all the fun of this book and the coolness about what this book has in it and everything that goes with it, and maybe even my little signed copy that I got at the release event, there's a lot of cool stuff I got. So I was gonna go ahead and show y'all everything I got from the release event, show y'all the book, talk about it, talk about my review of it, and send y'all on your merry Saturday way. So let's get into it. All right, I guess to begin, I'll start with something that was kind of a little bit of a unique thing because I got to get this at like a slightly different price because I was there during the opening of it. Got the Kultus shirt. Look at this. Kultus right here. I got lovely main character from our little book right here, Bolzer. Now, on top of that, I got some lovely bookmarks. I did get 3 of them. I got 3 with like my purchase as well. The third one is currently being used, if I'm right, in a field guide for New Mexico birds, I think. Let me go grab it. I found it. So we got the 3 bookmarks, boom, 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 New Mexico birds. Now, along with the very cool bookmarks, I also got this sick set of pins from Scum Pit Comics. I got Bolzer as a pin, cool Frankenstein guy. We got, I forget his name, I need to look back into the book, but he is like an antagonistic kind of force in the book. I'm curious to see if his character will change in the future storylines that may come out of it. And last but not least, which I think is the coolest one, we got the Kultus pin. These are definitely going on the jean jacket. Y'all already know. Before I get into the new fellows I purchased during this event, let me go ahead and remind y'all of the ones I had gotten for that silly Scum Pit video I had done. One of my first kind of little comic music video, new comic book day hauls. So this is actually like the main character in the first few kind of books in the book. This is Bolzer. He's like a Frankenstein guy. You can move his arms. So these toys are all vinyl. They are made out of very like good kind of like hard material. Think of like the kind of older Godzilla figures to a degree. Very sturdy, very cool. My personal favorite, and he's also in the book. I got so hyped when I saw him. Solifus, little rattlesnake. That's literally his rattle. Look at, you got fist. You got rattle. It's fun. Come on. Oh. Now, as for mainline characters that are in the series of Kultus specifically that I purchased from like this event that are in the book, this is that one character. I told y'all I forgot his name. I'm gonna look in the book real quick. His name is Mizmor. So this is a kind of variation of Mizmor. Obviously, this is not what he looks like exactly in the book, if I'm correct. I'm a little unsure. It is a black and white book, so yeah. But, for example, oh, I dropped it. For example, Bolzer, this is like a regular version of him that they have for sale. There are versions of him similar to this where they're all like one color, they're a variant. Think of it almost like a shiny Pokemon, same kind of idea. But this is Mizmor, he's cool. I love his cool little scythe kind of weapon he has here and his super long arm. He's very Evil Dead reminiscent of me. He reminds me of Evil Dead a lot, if I should say, because, you know, he's kind of got some gore there, he's kind of all messed up here, and he's all kind of zombified almost. Now, to put Mizmor away, my favorite part about this release event that they had at Scum Pit was you could also make your own Kultus character. And like I showed y'all, I love my boy Solifus. I love my rattlesnake Hemi. So I had the grand idea, because they had variations of characters they had already made that you could obviously like were in this kind of color, all one color. So what I had decided to do was I made 2, and they're brothers. The idea is that Solifus, or maybe they're related to Solifus, the idea is that they both kind of went their own ways to acquire power, similar to what kind of Kultus, as we're going to talk about. One big theme is acquiring power through any means necessary, mostly violence, you know? So I thought it'd be kind of cool, because Solifus, if y'all look, is all blue. So I was like, okay, very obviously the blue is going to be Solifus's influence. The red is going to be whatever is what made these two as like a duo, a twin pair, whatever you want to call them. So their mother, the ritual magic, who's to say? That's the fun, right? This is the other one, I still haven't given him names yet. I'm still trying to think of something. But this one's mostly a melee guy. He's got like a blade hand, he's got a claw. And this one's magic. He's got a magic hand. Come on. Now, to get into the entree of our Saturday Scum Pit special, my lovely folks, we got our comic review for Scum Pit's first official comic, Kultus, Rotten Futures. I gave this book a 4.5 out of 5 clouds. This, like I said, is the first official book by the owner and founder of Scum Pit Comics, Mikey Riggs, with art and photography by Ryan Genovese, Chuck BB, and Jack Lawrence, my mistake. I have my review behind me, so just a heads up. Now, I will say, this book is an awesome and heavy ride into the universe of Kultus. While there were more than a few times I had difficulty telling when a book had concluded, and there were a few transitions that were a little tad confusing to me, I thoroughly had a blast reading this book. So what I kind of mean by this is, like I said, this book is a collection of a few different stories in the Kultus universe. Rotten Futures is the main title story, and then we have the continuation of that storyline along with a few other solo stories and side stories. But one or two times it was a little confusing there, but besides that, this was such a fun read. The art and the detail is just amazing. It matches the vinyl figures to a T. For example, let me show y'all. Bolzer, the Frankenstein looking character like I showed y'all, this is him in the comic. And as you guys can see, this detail, this art is just absolutely stunning. It is so well drawn. Now, I will say the coolest part had to be seeing Solifus, Bolzer, and the various other Scum Pit characters from the toys in the books, and actually seeing them be brought to life in an awesome way. On top of this, the action is tasteful. While this book, one major theme of Kultus is power through any means necessary, and typically that means violence in this case. Think very much like He-Man characters fighting to the death, but with a bit more squish and gush, if that makes any sense. The good thing, I will say, is this book does it tastefully. Very obviously, if we look at Solifus, right? He's like a snake dude, and he's very obviously drawn with a very specific kind of cartoonish and very specific kind of charm. So I'm glad that while there is violence and action, it's done in a tasteful way that we get to see the characters get a little messed up and maybe see them get destroyed in a way, but it's not a way that's gonna be oh my god, I'm traumatized, you know what I mean? It's done very tastefully and it's very fun to watch. I will say, I will have to go back and reread this because one of the coolest parts as well, besides seeing the characters getting brought to life, is the load of extras in the back of the book. There's concept art for the characters, not only for the figures, but also for various scenes in the book. And there's even photo shoots of the characters that show up in the book, in the back. So, like I said, I highly recommend you guys go check out Kultus, Rotten Futures by Scum Pit Comics. I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 clouds, and I highly recommend it to anyone who loves some high carnage action, some well-drawn black and white comics, and some indie art and some indie comics as well, because it carries all three of these amazingly. I hope y'all enjoyed my Scum Pit Saturday special. I know it's a little extra long with all the fun stuff I got, but I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope you smiled. And if you didn't smile in my video today, I hope you guys smile sometime later today. Either way, have a good day. Later. Bye.